Good evening, the joyful pause. It's been a long day. About to go in and get ready for bed, take my shower, and get ready for bed. But I just had a thought. Do you find that places that you used to enjoy going, that you really don't enjoy going those places anymore? That people you used to surround yourself with, you don't particularly like being around certain people anymore? Do you find that things that you used to like to do, that you just don't like to do those things anymore? Has that changed with you? Is your direction and your sense of what brings you peace in your life at this point, is that changing for you? I know that I have really changed as far as what used to make me happy, what used to bring me joy, what used to bring me peace, because that list isn't the same anymore. I value quiet much more in my life right now. I didn't used to value quiet. I always had to have something on, or be gone someplace, or be doing something. And that's no longer the case with me anymore. I just I truly just enjoy tranquility. I enjoy watching my shows on TV. I enjoy watching YouTube more so than TV, actually, right now. There just doesn't seem to be anything on antenna TV. I don't really have cable. I have Netflix, I have Prime, but I'm even worn out with that. I just can't seem to find a common place of anything that holds my interest. What's really amazing to me, I found with Netflix and Prime, is that they don't make any movies about like people our age. They don't make movies with people, many movies with people in their 60s, people in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s. Like, there's still people out there that can act, but I guess it's a stereotypical thing because they don't really give roles to actresses and actors after age 50. I guess it's true. Those roles aren't going to go to, they're not going to get those roles. But back in the day of Rock Hudson, Sammy Davis Jr., Clint Eastwood, what's another one? I'm trying to think of some of the female actresses that held their own back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, like well into their late lives. It just seems like back then people held on to those careers much longer than they do now. So when I'm watching TV now and I'm looking for a movie, the last kind of thing I really want to see is a love scene. Like I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I know where it's going. I know it's gonna happen, and like I'm over it. I don't want to see it. It's old to me, and it's like I didn't ever think that I would get weary of watching a Hallmark movie. But it's just like the plots are so predictable to me now because I've watched them over and over and over and over and over again that I already know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen within the first 20 minutes of the movie, and then it loses my interest. And I hate that because I love Hallmark movies, especially around Christmas time. there's nothing that beats a good Lifetime Hallmark movie around Christmas time, right? You can't go wrong. But um, I'm just even finding those a bit hard to hold my attention now because I'm already predicting and already can already tell you what how it's going to end. But back to what I was saying, like I don't see any movies about us. Like we're still living, like we're still here. We still have lives and ideas and thoughts and you know, there's nothing about us. Um they don't create movies around older people. Why is that? Like we're still here. And I would much rather a movie would hold my attention much better surrounding a story about someone that's my age than it would about somebody 20 or 30 cuz like that just doesn't hold my attention span anymore. It did when I was there. It was my thing. God, you know, that's all I wanted to watch, but that is not where I'm at right now. It does not, it just doesn't appeal to me anymore. And I didn't even think I would ever get to this point where I would be saying this and I would be so picky about what I watch on TV, but literally it's hard for me to find something on TV that holds my interest. It truly and honestly is. I don't know if you guys are going through that too, but it's hard for me to find something. I used to love American Idol. I don't anymore. I just I used to I wouldn't miss it at all, but it just doesn't interest me anymore. I don't know. I'd love to know if anybody else is feeling that same way. But now, you know, I kind of understand why my mom would have, excuse me, why my mom would sometimes like come home, you know, from being out with friends and stuff, and there would be like literally nothing on in the house. Nothing. No radio, no TV, no, just you can hear a pin drop. And I'm like, God, why don't you have something on? Why don't you have the radio, the TV, or something on? Well, I don't want to hear anything. And I'm like, how can you sit in a house that's just quiet like this? Now I understand. Now I get it, because there is nothing more beautiful than just silence. Silence is golden. Now, I like my music. I mean, I'm getting more to a point of really liking, you know, turning on my playlist and my music now, as opposed to TV. I truly am. And yeah, I mean, I prefer to listen to my playlist, and I just have such a large variety of all types of music that I like. I like all kinds of music. So sometimes if I don't want silence, I'll turn on my music or I'll read. But TV is just not hitting it for me like it used to. Like I said, I used to just have my lineup. I don't want to watch any darn news. I don't want to see any news. I watch the news to stay abreast of what's happening in the world and what's going on. You know, we have to know what's going on and what we're surrounded by. But after I get that, I don't want to hear any more about any more disasters. I don't want to watch CNN for the rest of the day and have it replay over and over and over and over in my ear about all these horrific things that are happening. That is terrible press conferences that the president's having, and just all this, the disasters and dark places that we're at right now. I don't want to hear about that all day. Update me, let me know what's going on in the world, what I need to be aware of, and I'm moving on from the news. I don't want to hear it all day. But that's just kind of my thoughts on those things tonight, y'all. But I'm gonna go get myself ready for bed, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Sleep well, say your prayers. Good night.